Stephen and I were pretty much the started thing off. It came off the back of a group that Stephen and I set up called Love Wadebridge, and the idea of Love Wadebridge was to fight 2 supermarket developments on the edge of town here, which we did actually win, and we did stop them, but we felt it would be more interesting to do something positive than something negative, and WREN came about because of that. We've both been looking at the transition book as it happens, and like the idea, and that's kind of the ideas we've got are similar, but we felt that somehow Wadebridge wasn't going to get on board with it. They're a very normal community, and although there would be people within Wadebridge that would go along with it, we wouldn't be able to bring the whole community with us. So we couched it in different terms and set up WREN based on basically financial things like saving money and making money out of it. We had 600 people at our launch event at the town hall. Some of the installers were there, so they'd never seen anything like that. It's just basically the way we rolled it out. We got all the media involved. Stephen is incredibly good at getting the right people to do things, and we had Dan Rogerson there. He was on board quite early on. We spoke to him even before the launch event. He was a very early member.
Dan Rogerson?
He's our local MP, but we involved the Town Council, the Chamber of Commerce, all the normal bodies, the church bodies, anything that you can think of as normal in a town. And although we might be a bunch of old hippies, somehow the way we couched it appealed to the general people in Wadebridge, and although there are some that still ignore us, most people are on board.
And it's been very successful. I've been looking at some of the PV installations around the town. How much have you installed?
330 odd kilowatts directly through WREN. 242 kilowatt solar array is associated with WREN, and we do get a payment from some of the upside from the feed-in tariff. Basically, he pays us a proportion of anything over 950 kilowatt hours per kilowatt installed. And that's out of a holiday complex out of Chapel Amble. We've also influenced the installation of about 200 kilowatts through Cornwall Council. The 50 kilowatts you saw on the sports centre on the way past, plus a lot on social housing. In addition, there's an awful lot gone ahead, I think partly because it would have happened anyway, but partly because of the noise we're making in the area, probably a similar amount again altogether. So we think there's about 1.2 megawatts just in the WREN area, which is Wadebridge and Padstow Community Network area, plus 2 solar parks, which total 3.7 and 2 megawatts each. So it's about 7 megawatts altogether, which probably the best way to put it is that it would power about 2/3 of the homes in Wadebridge across the year. Our 2015 target was to get 30% of the locality's energy generated locally. Well, we've already achieved that. What with the repowering of St Briog Downs, which is going to replace 11 turbines totaling less than 5 megawatts, with 5 totaling about 12.5 megawatts. Those 5 turbines alone would do all of the domestic and all of the commercial electricity needs in Wadebridge across the year. So in fact we're actually going to be a net energy exporter in this area. So the energy aspirations we've already achieved. What we haven't achieved is what we're hoping the community fund would build up quite considerably, and I think our early aspirations were based on feed-in tariffs as they were at the time. We were aiming for something like £250,000 a year coming into a community fund, which could be used for whatever purposes arose really. And we've rolled out £5,000 already, which went to the food bank, the guide hut, and a local youth group. But that's a drop in the ocean. If you had £250,000 a year to give to projects in the area, it would make a massive difference to the locality.